This morning we set out to scout the road to the Bear Trap Campground. Unfortunately, due to the fire last year, the campground and the road are now closed. Luckily, it's easy to get to the top of Mount Withington from there, and we found a really cool lookout that's still in service today. Our route today to the two different lookouts we visited took us down forest roads 549, 138, and 330, making a loop from US 60 on both sides of Magdalena. Our cattle friends here. So we had taken Forest Road 549 to come check out a campground we thought you guys might be interested in using, or at least turning into a day trip. This entire road is absolutely passable in the equinox. Nothing too crazy at all, but I don't know if you guys remember last year we had a couple really large fires out here, and one of them was the Bear Trap fire. The other was the Black Fire, and they were both in this area. So it looks like, according to the sign here, they have not done anything to get this area opened yet. But sitting about 9,000 feet, we've marked off a couple really cool areas that we could picnic in or anything like that. So still might be an option for when you guys are out here, because this road is very passable for what you guys are driving. We were even thinking, once we checked out the campground, we haven't been there in a couple years, but you could get the camper up here pretty easily. So it would just be slow going. You wouldn't want the car with you, but absolutely doable. But anyway, Magdalena's over there, VLA is over there. So our house is over there through the cows in the mountains. But anyway, we're just out exploring again. Not as cool this time. It's about 75, but still better than it is at the house. And anyway, just wanted to show you guys the area, and we'll have more for you in a bit.
We continue climbing to almost 10,000 feet, and with good views of the Bear Trap burn scar to our right, it's always interesting to see how fast these areas can repair themselves. Lots of new growth, lots of grass. It's going to be interesting to see this place in a year. Mount Withington is located in the San Mateo Mountains, which is in the Cibola National Forest. All of the San Mateos are in Socorro County. Mount Withington sits at 10,119 feet, making it the 8th highest peak in Socorro County, about 200 feet shorter than West Blue Mountain at 10,336. Most of the San Mateo Mountains are within the Magdalena Ranger District of the Cibola National Forest. There are 2 designated wilderness areas, the Apache Kid Wilderness at 44,650. We've done some exploring there. There's also the Withington Wilderness at just under 19,000 acres. We've done a bunch down there. There's some great camping spots. We've had some turkey hunts there. All around, we really love this area.
This is the top of Mount Withington. Withington Wilderness, that's where it gets its name. We didn't realize that this has a actually staffed lookout. There's a person up there, they've got their car parked up there. Not sure what is accessible or not. I mean, over here it looks like the gate doesn't exist there on the fence. The road is actually closed, which makes sense, but we've got a cool little picnic table and just absolutely beautiful area. I'm not sure, we can take a peek. I'm not sure elevation wise. We're sitting right at 10,086 feet, so up there quite a bit. Yeah, cool picnic table. And then this would be looking back towards the north a little bit. Or I guess technically the northeast, but just tons of absolutely beautiful views. It's very damp up here. We've been getting a lot of storms lately, so it's kind of nice to see. That's much needed out here, but the ground smells wet, all the pine cones are soft. But yeah, not the worst views in the world. We're going to continue on for a little bit, find a little spot for lunch. But not the ugliest thing to look at when you're out for a drive, that's for sure. And overall, we're about a couple hours from the house. So we say it every time, but having this stuff so close by Pretty hard to argue with. Lots of little flowers. I'm really bad with identifying any of those. They're pretty. We haven't seen as many hummingbirds or anything like that today. Lots of dove, other little songbird type songbirds. But yeah, this is it. Quite the view. Hey guys, so part 2 of our trip today with what ended up being a small unplanned lookout tour. This is a grassy lookout. It's a spot I've seen on the map when we've been doing some spotting and stuff in the past. Never actually made it out to look at it, but found it today. We're about 9,660 feet, but absolutely incredible view. We're coming through that burn scar. I need to look and see if that was the black or the Bear Trap fire, but pretty massive burn scar. Some of the other footage you can see it, you know, it would have been a pretty terrain driven fire. You get into a bunch of chutes and stuff where any type of storms with outflow winds down here to the south, the way we're facing, would have kept that fire just moving uphill. So kind of makes sense that it was absolutely brutal. It looks like, again, they've got an old corral. Big area, big turnaround. Absolutely beautiful views. You can just see for miles and miles. This tower does not appear to be manned. The staircase is open, but then to get to the actual top deck that goes around it, there is a padlock. And it looks like down here to the side, maybe there was a pump house, something to that effect. We're not actually sure. But you can see that guy down there. Just again, absolutely stunning views. I don't know much about lookouts, but apparently this one is on the National Historic Lookout Register, so that's kind of cool. I'll have to check out that website and see what else we can find out about it. Katie's getting table and everything set up. We're gonna have some lunch. We're gonna grill up some burgers. But the views up here, pretty hard to beat. Pretty tough to compare. It's absolutely beautiful.
We stopped at Forest Road 330 and Highway 107 to air up the tires. Storms were building to the south of us where we had just been exploring, so we knew it was time to get back to town. From here, it's a straight shot north about 25 miles back to Magdalena. Once we're back in Magdalena, 107 will meet Highway 60, and we have about a 45-minute trek back to the house. It seems like every time we visit the San Mateos, we find something new. Even though today started with a detour, it's hard to be mad at the views and the opportunities presented to us in this area. We're extremely fortunate to have this right in our backyard.